All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever had that little spark of curiosity about hacking or cybersecurity, there's one skill that everyone says is the absolute non-negotiable starting point. And today, we're going to break down that essential first step, learning Linux.
And look, let's just start with a quote from our source material that says it all. There's no ambiguity here. If you want to become a hacker, you need to know Linux. This isn't just a friendly suggestion, it's a required, foundational skill. It's the price of admission.
I want you to think about it like this. You wouldn't try to become a chef without knowing how to use a knife, right? Well, that's Linux for a hacker. It is the absolute prerequisite. It's the bedrock that every other skill you're going to learn gets built on top of.
So, what even is this thing that's so important? Let's take a second to clarify what Linux actually is, because, the answer might be a little different from what you think. This is the question that really gets to the heart of it, because you hear Linux, and your brain probably lumps it in with Windows or Mac OS. And that makes sense. But are they actually the same thing? The answer is not quite. And this distinction is super important. So technically, when people say Linux, what they're really talking about is the kernel. Just think of it as the engine in a car. It's that core piece of code that does all the heavy lifting. It talks directly to the computer's brain, its memory, its hard drive. It's basically the translator between your software and the physical machine.
And to stick with that car analogy, right? If the kernel is the engine, then a full operating system, what we call a distribution or distro, that's the whole car. It's the engine, yeah, but it's also the chassis, the wheels, the dashboard, the comfy seats, everything that makes it a complete usable vehicle.
And that's why you see so many different flavors of Linux. You've probably heard of some of these, right? Parrot OS, Kali Linux, Ubuntu. They're all different cars, but they're all built around that same powerful Linux engine, that same kernel. They just have different features and are designed for different jobs. Okay, so we know what it is. But the big question is why? Why is this the hacker's weapon of choice? Why not just stick with good old Windows or Mac OS? What's the big deal?
Well, there are a bunch of massive advantages. For one, it's open source, which means it's free and you can tweak it to do literally whatever you want. It's also known for being way more secure and way faster. But here's the real kicker, the absolute game changer for hackers. Almost all the powerful hacking tools are built for Linux first. And the majority of the world's websites and servers run on it. So when you learn Linux, you're learning the native language of the internet itself.
Okay, so understanding the what and the why of Linux, that's half the battle. The other half is knowing how to use it properly. And this right here requires a total shift in how you think about using a computer. I mean, lots of Linux distros have a really nice, familiar desktop, with icons and windows and a mouse. It looks comfortable. But is pointing and clicking your way around really the way to unlock the true power of Linux?
And this lays it out perfectly. You've got two ways to work. On one side, there's the GUI, the graphical interface. It's easy, it's what we all know. But on the other side, you have the terminal, the command line. This text-based window is where the real magic happens. This is how you have a direct conversation with the computer, no filter. It's where the power is.
So let's do it. Let's take that first big step away from the comfy, familiar GUI. We're going to look at a few basic commands that will let you start finding your way around the system using only the terminal.
And look, I get it. A black screen with a little blinking cursor, it can seem pretty intimidating. But I need you to remember this. It's just a different language for talking to your computer. Once you learn a few words, you'll see that it's not only understandable, but it's way, way faster for getting things done. All right, let's learn your first few words. Imagine you've just been dropped into a new digital city. The very first thing you need to know is, where am I? For that, you type pwd, print working directory. Bam, you get your exact location. Okay, next up, what's around me? You type ls to list all the files and folders nearby. See a folder you want to check out? You use cd for change directory and type the folder's name. It's like walking into a building. And if you want to go back out, just type cd ... That's it. That's your navigation toolkit. You can now explore your entire computer without ever touching your mouse. And just like that, you've done it.
You've taken the first step. We figured out what Linux really is, this incredibly powerful kernel. We know why it's the absolute go-to tool for hackers, and now you know the basic commands to actually start moving around in it. You have the foundational key. So the real question isn't just what you'll build, but with this key, what doors are you